So it almost behooved the Cowboys to lose a game and not be going into the playoffs with a 10-plus game winning streak. That same thing could be said about the 49ers. They had that 3-game losing streak. Since then, they haven't lost. So that might be another team that could possibly, as you said, get that loss, get that hunger back in the belly, and allow them to go on a run. So I will say that the only team that I think could go into Dallas and beat Dallas in Dallas would be the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, and that is a complete false statement because nobody is going into AT&T Stadium in the Dallas, Texas, the greatest second state in the world, the best country in the world, because the Dallas Cowboys are just a different team at home. They are that damn good. But when you look at the San Francisco 49ers right now, they have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. What happened when they won the last time 6 games in a row? They went on 3-game losing streak. So, Ravens, a really, really good team. Granted, they do play them at home, but Monday Night Football, they play the Commanders New Year's Eve at Washington. Going from the West Coast to the East Coast, 1 o'clock game on New Year's Eve. Trap game. Look out, baby. And then you play a division foe in the Rams. The Rams are a wounded dog in the back corner fighting for their playoff lives at this particular point. It would not surprise me one bit, Hoffy, if the 49ers go on a 3-game losing streak. What? Not one bit. Yes, they will still host a playoff game. But a 3-game losing streak might be just what the doctor ordered for the San Francisco 49ers. Exactly what you said. Get that hunger back in the belly. Make them a dangerous team. I don't know, but it is what it is. Arthur Brown says, I think any team is entitled to go through a temporary slump, but it will pass. So Eagles fans, slow it down. He is he is saying. And he says, just like how the Tennessee Titans should have never beaten the Miami Dolphins. The Tennessee Titans outplayed the Miami Dolphins from start to finish in that game. There was just no happening. Don Slappington, love that name, Sappington, says, don't panic. Slow it down, baby. He says, no, don't panic. My man Don says, don't panic, guys. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. But we have hashed out the Eagles, talked a little bit about Cowboys, slid in the 49ers in there because that's what the people want. What's up, Huffy?
Jim Powell's comment.
Oh, there it is. He says, I am the pottiest, getting my feet cut off, and it's less painful than listening to any argument that portrays Purdy as an MVP candidate. Let's talk about MVP, Hoffy. I posted it was from Stab Muse. It basically provided stats from Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Brock Purdy. Many people are saying that none of them are going to win the MVP. It's probably CMC. My argument with that is I feel like Brock Purdy and CMC are going to split the votes, and therefore neither of them will win the MVP, unfortunately. But who do you think is going to win the MVP, Mr. Brock Purdy fan?
As a 49er fan, I'm going to say that the 49ers offense and defense, and just the team overall on paper, is a much better team than what Lamar Jackson is operating with. And Lamar Jackson has his team clicking on all cylinders. Brock Purdy has had a couple, rough games. Lamar Jackson had the one in against the Lions, but I'm going to go on the record and say that I think Lamar Jackson, as of right now, should be the MVP candidate. I think that if Brock Purdy is to win, Brock Purdy is going to have a game like he just had, where he throws for 4 touchdowns and carries the team, and they beat, head to head, he beats Lamar Jackson. I think that is the only way that he puts himself into that front runner MVP position. Like you said, I think CMC is going to take some votes away from him. And when you have someone like CMC out of the backfield that can run the ball, receive, you got Deebo Samuel, you got George Kittle, you got Brandon Ayuk. I get he's an undrafted, or Mr. Irrelevant, and he's playing above what Mr. Irrelevant should be playing at. But we've said it many times. The 49ers, system is, a quarterback friendly system. So I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson as the front runner for MVP.
Yeah, I was really getting ready to take your narrative and spin it on you because I really thought you were going to say Brock Purdy on that. I was like, but you just said Lamar Jackson's doing more with less, and I was like, okay. You about fired me up there, Hoffy, but you know what? Arthur Brown makes a great point. Tyreek Hill. The problem is it's the MVP is the best quarterback on the best team award. And unfortunately, Tyreek Hill is going to get the short end of the stick on that.
If Jalen Waddle didn't have 100+ yards and a couple touchdowns this week, and they had lost, that could have really helped the case for Tyreek Hill. But I think that with the numbers that Waddle put up, Tua had a pretty good game without him. So that, I think, probably put that conversation completely to bed because, like you said, it always goes to the quarterback.
Yeah, and if it wouldn't have, and let's say it wasn't a quarterback award, basically like that's basically like, let's just call it what it is. It's a quarterback award. I think Myles Garrett would probably be MVP front runner right now. And somebody in the comments, Hoffy, I don't remember who it was, but on that post, they said, give it to Joe Flacco because without him, the Browns wouldn't be where they're at. I was like, this man is like 1-2. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down.
Joe Cool.
Jim says it's always an argument about stats for MVP. I don't care if he is negative in any category. If the team wins just because he ties his shoes a certain way, he's an MVP at least for the team. I believe he's talking about Brock Purdy. I'm not for sure.
Well, he just hated on Brock Purdy, and then he basically just complimented Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Dude just threw for like 4 touchdowns. So does that mean he's the MVP because he's throwing for 4 touchdowns a game right now? I mean,
correct me if I'm
look what
wrong,
he
but
did to the Eagles.
didn't
Look what he
Brock
did to
Purdy
the
have
Seahawks.
like 3 perfect QBR games or something like that in a row? He is doing his thing. But this is Panic or Patient Tuesday, guys.